Tom said to me specifically at the beginning is he wanted to make and you can't do that in a studio. You got to get in the air.
To be able to get into an F-18, they had to go through all the training. The actors also had to train, so I started them out in underwater training.
This water training we had to do?
They had to go through all that just like we have to. In an F-18, we're pulling up to 7 Gs, and it takes... Let's get some speed up. So Tom developed a flight training program for all of the actors.
And feel what it is like to be in the F-18.
Here comes some Gs.
During flight training, they would...
April 3, 2025, Western Yemen. A faint heat signature blinked on a Houthi early warning screen. Small. Slow. High altitude. The operator yawned, assumed it was just another U.S. surveillance drone drifting above the Red Sea. He armed a pair of improvised surface-to-air missiles, locked on, and fired. But the target wasn't a drone. It wasn't unmanned. It wasn't even supposed to be visible. It was a B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. And in the next 22 minutes, the Houthis would learn what happens when you take a shot at a ghost. Why was a B-2 over Yemen at all? In the spring of 2025, U.S. intelligence tracked a new Houthi weapons corridor moving Iranian-made drones, cruise missile parts, and encrypted comms equipment along Yemen's western mountains. Traditional recon wasn't enough. Drones risked being shot down. Satellites only saw the surface. So the U.S. sent something else. A B-2 Spirit, deep strike certified, nearly invisible to radar, capable of mapping underground tunnels from 50,000 feet. Its job wasn't to bomb. It was to see. But for the first time in years, something saw it back. A glitch. A pulse. A lucky bounce of outdated radar waves off a wing surface polished by desert winds. A one-in-a-million moment. And the Houthis took the shot. 2 missiles ripped into the night sky. The Houthi crew cheered, finally, a hit on an American aircraft. But inside the B-2, the cockpit stayed dark and calm. The threat receiver chirped once. A quiet tone. The pilot didn't panic. Didn't bank hard. Didn't dive. He simply shifted 11 degrees, let the bomber's stealth geometry break the missile's lock, and kept flying. The missiles passed behind the bomber and detonated harmlessly in the thin air, confused, blind, and doomed. The Houthi radar operator stared at his console. Where did it go? It was right there. Where did it go? The answer? It hadn't gone anywhere. It had just disappeared. While the missile smoke still drifted, the B-2 recorded everything. Launch vector. Thermal plume. Missile acceleration signature. Radar spike origin. GPS coordinates of the hidden site. Passive emissions from support vehicles. Heartbeat-level thermal anomalies in underground bunkers. The bomber transmitted the data across secure satellite comms to Diego Garcia. Within 40 seconds, analysts had a full 3D map of the Houthi launch nest. Not one launcher. Not two. A cluster of mobile missile systems, command shacks, underground storage, and communication repeaters. A complete network, exposed. The B-2 didn't just evade the missiles. It had just painted the entire target. Normally, a B-2 wouldn't strike spontaneously. It would finish its recon, return to base, and let others handle retaliation. But this wasn't normal. Firing on a U.S. strategic bomber is one of the fastest ways to get on the Pentagon's very short list. Authorization came in a single encrypted phrase. Immediate response. Confirmed hostile action. That was it. The pilot received a new strike package. 4 dams. 2 bunker penetrators. Coordinates locked. The B-2 banked south. 20 seconds after the order, the bomber was in attack posture. Above the clouds, the B-2 opened its bay doors. No roar. No warning. Just gravity. Target 1, the launch crew. 2 dams dropped silently. Impact. Plus 0.7 meters from center point. Fireball. Secondary explosion. Missile fuel cooking off. Target 2, underground command tunnel. The bunker penetrators followed. They punched through the hillside like it wasn't even there. A shockwave rippled through the valley. Thermal imaging showed one thing. No survivors. No equipment left intact. In 98 seconds, the entire Houthi missile cell went from active threat to crater. But the retaliation had only started. The B-2 relayed data showing 2 backup launchers hidden 4 kilometers away. A comms relay disguised as an agricultural warehouse. A tunnel port carved into solid rock. Within minutes, additional U.S. assets awoke. F/A-18 Super Hornets. From a carrier in the Red Sea, flying low under EW cover, hit the backup launchers with GBU-38s. EA-18G Growlers. Jammed all Houthi frequencies in a 50 km radius. An Arleigh Burke destroyer. Launched 4 Tomahawks at the disguised warehouse and the tunnel port. Total strike time, 6 minutes. Total confirmed targets, 14. Total Houthi response, none. Their communication grid collapsed. Their SAM network silenced. Their command cells cut off from each other. One misidentified radar blip had brought down their entire Western air defense posture. The sky over Yemen returned to silence. But it wasn't peace. It was realization. The Houthis learned something that night. You don't fire on a B-2 and walk away. You don't mistake the world's most advanced stealth aircraft for a drone. And you don't assume that American retaliation will come tomorrow. Sometimes it comes in minutes. From above the clouds. From a bomber you never saw. Dropping weapons you never heard. Guided by data you never knew you revealed. That's the power of modern stealth warfare. Invisible. Precise. Relentless. And that's why this story matters. The Houthis didn't just shoot at the wrong aircraft. They triggered a doctrine shift, one that says the US no longer waits. It answers. Immediately.